Lithuanian Foreign Minister Gabrielius Landsbergis is in the UK for talks with his British counterpart Liz Truss, and he's taken the opportunity to join us. Hi, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us on the programme this morning. What's your country's assessment of the latest situation in Ukraine?
Well, Ukraine obviously has managed to win a lot of battles. Battle for Kiev, Battle of Kharkiv, already won. But it's clear that the war is not over. And therefore, we have to make a very clear commitment that we will continue providing any assistance that is needed by Ukraine to win the war, and first and foremost, on its terms. So what is the victory has to be defined by the Ukrainians themselves. If they manage to keep on winning and they require the weapons from us, this is what we have to do.
The fall of Mariupol was a big blow, though.
Yes, but I would say it differently. That Mariupol withstood for so long, it's a miracle in itself. That Ukraine managed to win so many battles is also a proof of a spirit that Ukrainian people have and Ukrainian warriors have. So I think that not every battle has to be won, and I think that Mariupol will be retaken.
How concerned are you about the situation in Odessa?
I'm concerned because it's a part of a bigger issue that still is not making so many headlines, and I think that we will see more of that. It's the upcoming food crisis, because Russian blockade of Odessa is not allowing about 30 million tons of wheat to leave the port, and the food is needed to feed the vulnerable countries in the world. Firstly, in northern part of Africa, in Middle East and Southeastern Asia. And I think that the next step for the responsible countries, and this is one of the subjects that we are going to discuss today with Madam Truss, is how do we help to unblock Odessa, if there's a chance to do that at all, or provide Ukrainians weapons that they could do that themselves in order to open it up safely, not allowing Russians in, but allowing the grain and corn to leave Odessa's port and to reach the countries that most need it.
Should there be sea-based support for Ukraine?
I think so, yes. And
what would that look like?
Well, one of the things that United Kingdom already done, some of the weaponry that was provided to Ukraine already helps to shield the port cities. But there's more that can be done. More advanced weaponry could be provided. Obviously, that takes time to adapt and to learn how to use it. But it's better if we start doing that now. I'm not excluding the fact that there is a chance to form a coalition of the countries, maybe some of the NATO countries, maybe some of the countries that need the grain from Ukraine, that could provide ships or planes that would be stationed in the Black Sea and provide a safe maritime passage for the grain ships to leave Odessa's port and reach Bosphorus in Turkey.
And would they be warships?
They could be, yes. Because there has to be a very...
That would signify quite an escalation.
Well, basically, it would not signify an escalation because it's not taking a part in the war. It's just securing the grain passage from Ukraine to the countries that need it.
But if the Russians try to stop that, then what would happen?
That is an excellent point. Russians currently say that they would not allow it. But then we have to admit the fact that then if we agree with Russians not allowing it, so it's not just, again, about the Ukraine and the war in Ukraine, but it's about that Russians are holding hostage the vulnerable countries of the world and not allowing Ukrainians to feed them. So, and then this is a very difficult question for us to answer, whether we are okay that Russians are doing that they are literally blockading Odessa, that they are not allowing a safe passage for the ships to leave Ukrainian ports and reach Turkey and other countries that require the food. So I think that there has been already a debate, but I think a time is coming where we need to find solutions, because other ways, bringing food out of Ukraine via trains and trucks and all that, it is possible to do that, but not in the amounts that Ukrainians actually can provide to the world.
So you feel that the blockade of Odessa is a tipping point in this war, perhaps?
Well, at least if we might even see that as a parallel thing, a parallel track that is happening while the war is waging. We've talked about the war, that it has to be won on Ukrainian terms, but then the world needs its food, obviously, and knowing that Ukraine was a major provider of food. And we have to really look into the ways how to help Ukrainians to really do that safely and, again, on their terms.
What do you make of the fact that a couple of countries are trying to stop Finland and Sweden becoming NATO members? I'm talking about Turkey and Croatia.
Well, first of all, I'm not particularly worried that it will be the full stop. I think that, there has to be a conversation. I know that the conversation is taking place between Helsinki, Stockholm and Ankara, and I hope that they will bear fruit in the diplomatic manner, that the decisions will be found. Because otherwise, that will spell a gloomy future for an alliance. If we, in the times of crisis, if we're unable to make certain strategic steps that are so much needed for the alliance. The second step, apart from Finland and Sweden joining NATO, is the defense of eastern flank, where Lithuania is very much interested, because as you know, Russia's troops are so close now to our borders. They haven't been there before the 24th of February.
But you're a member of NATO.
We are a member of NATO, but we would like to see the alliance stepping up with their defense on the eastern flank. So apart from the two of our neighbors, I could say neighbors in the region, joining NATO, I think that we need to see more allied troops in the NATO territory on the eastern flank, especially in the Baltics.
What do you want to hear, before I let you go, from the Foreign Secretary, our Foreign Secretary today? What would you consider to be a successful meeting?
Well, we had a number of meetings before, and so basically I would expect a coordination about the further steps. We were so close to where the war is going on, and we have some ideas, we have some proposals, but we need our allies to join in on that. And it has been successful in the past, and we're truly hoping that we can continue on that track.
Are you concerned about Russia?
Absolutely. Russia has proven that it's an aggressive actor, aggressive country, ready to use force against its neighbors. And I don't think that it is about to change while the regime is in power.
Good to talk to you.